everyone, and welcome back to Ace Attorney, the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. I'm here with Mr.Justice and we're going to be doing a let's play.
Hello. Okay, so let's begin.
It's Daigekten Saibang for the first game. Yeah, I have no idea what happened in this game. Like, I'm completely unspoiled.
Okay, that's good.
You finished the game, right?
Anime cutscenes.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Making life in the capital exciting and unsettling. It was a period of great change, and some was swept away by the tide.
Damn.
Yeah, do you know that
But for one
this
man,
game
the turbulence of that
happens
era was just the beginning of an extraordinary
in the 19th century?
I think I just heard about that, yeah. I knew it happens in the past, and that's it.
Yeah, it's in the past, it's in the 19th century and happens in Japan right now.
I see.
In the Great Empire of Japan. 22nd November, 8:43 AM, Supreme Court of Judicature, Defendants and the Chamber number 5. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe this is happening. How can it be that just beyond the doors to this quiet little chamber is the highest court in Japan, waiting to decide my fate?
I mean, there is a really weird ass case. Like, if it's starting out like that. What? Okay, I'll be real.
Every Ace Attorney game starts from the court.
Yeah,
So
no, I
that,
mean,
you
like the
will-
circumstance of the case. Like what happened just now? Like a shot happened and like a guy got headshot. And
Everything will be explained by the prosecutor.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very interesting start and
Oh, no, nothing.
save your glares, murderer. Also, the music is a little loud.
Sorry.
Maybe.
My name is Yunus Kinaruhado.
Yeah. Naruhodo.
I'm a second year student at the...
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Naruhodo.
Naruhodo,
Yes.
yes.
I get it.
I'm a second year student. Yes. I'm a second year student at the Imperial Yumi University. 3 days ago, I somehow found myself in the middle of a horrifying incident. And now, here I am, awaiting my trial. You will voice act the boy that said that. That's enough.
Okay. He's not obliged to listen to such abuse, officer. Interesting. And who are you? I'm this man's lawyer. I'll be defending him today. Lawyer? Yes. And until the judge has given his verdict on the case, no one has the right to treat him as a criminal. Nice. So you will hold your tongue. Holy shit. The guy has a sword. Technicalities.
Yes.
Look at you. You haven't even graduated yet. Yeah. And yet, I still seem to know better than you how a court officer should behave. Right, Ryunosuke?
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry.
What are you apologizing to me for?
Oh, I suppose it wasn't my fault. But really, Kazuma, I never meant to drag you into this. I'm sorry.
There you go again, apologizing. Just like always. For I must say, you've been all over the newspapers these past few days. You, my university professor, murdered in cold blood. But obviously you didn't actually do it, did you?
Of course not. You have to believe me. I didn't do it. I could never murder someone.
Then there's nothing to worry about. Straighten yourself up. Hold your head high.
You mean
I believe you. I know you're innocent, Ryunosuke.
Kazuma Asogi, my best friend, also in his second year at Jimmy University, but he is far more clever than I, a star student in fact. He is even a qualified lawyer. Impressive considering he's still an undergraduate.
It's not that impressive. The very concept of lawyers is only a few years old here in Japan, and my qualifications don't mean much yet.
You said exactly the same thing 3 days ago. But I'm proud to have a friend like you, Kazuma, truly. 3 days ago. Yes, that's when all this started. Congratulations, Kazuma! It looks like you're going to get a study abroad at last.
I know, I've been forever dreaming of this day. Finally, those government elites have acknowledged my academic achievements and success in court.
So you'll be representing Japan as you immerse yourself in the most sophisticated legal system in the world. I'm really happy for you and proud as your friend. There's not a soul in the university who doesn't know Kazuma's name. He's a living legend, like there's some mysterious aura billowing around his temple.
I want to bring about change in our own legal system. That's why I have to cross the ocean to see the real thing with my own eyes.
The heart of the British Empire. I wish I could see it too.
Then come with me. We'd have a wild time tearing up the streets of Her Majesty's City of London together.
If only it were that simple.
Oh dear, look the time. I'd better be going. Oh, the other thing I know is that Sherlock Holmes is in this game, and it kind of caused a lot of problems in making this game come to the US and internationally.
Yes, it was first released only in Japan in 2015, but in 2021 it's now available in all the world.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a while longer.
Awesome. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow then, partner.
It was straight after that. That's when it happened.
Whoa.
Asogi, may I have a word?
Professor, I didn't know you were coming.
Well, this case has personal significance to me. But never mind that for now, Asogi. You should go immediately to the judge's chambers.
To His Excellency's chambers? Why?
He was looking for you before. You advocating for defense in this trial was a sudden decision. It seems that there may be some confusion about procedures today as a result. Who is this man? I feel as though I've seen him at university before.
I see. I'll go at once. Oh,
You attacked her, okay?
I shall accompany you. Alright then, Inosuke. I'll see you in the courtroom.
Yes. Thanks, Kazuma. This is awkward. If I may? Yes, sorry. You must be the defendant. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, I believe. Yes! Yes, that's right. My name is Eugene Mikotoba. I'm a professor of forensic medicine at Yume University. Professor Mikotoba. I've heard that name from Kazuma before. As I recall, he's been pushing to get the government to agree to Kazuma studying abroad. Asogi has told me about you. You and he are best friends, I understand. As much, I feel you should know. Know what? Well, as you've no doubt heard, Asogi has been granted permission to go and study in Great Britain. However, if he should fail to defend you in today's trial, I'm afraid that permission will be revoked and never granted again. What?
Huh.
As I suspected, you are unaware of this.
I mean, that's a shame, huh?
I had a feeling Asogi...
Yeah.
Yes. I had a feeling Asogi may have chosen not to tell you. He's agreed to defend me, know that if he fails, his dreams will be shattered. But I don't understand! Why would the government do such a thing? The administration has to choose from a large number of applicants for overseas study. It's very difficult to persuade them to grant permission, even in the most favorable of circumstances. I don't believe it. But I didn't do it, I swear it! I'm not a murderer. I'm sure that's true. Nevertheless, I can assure you that proving your innocence will be no easy task. You see, there are certain peculiarities about today's trial. Sorry? What do you mean? You'll soon understand once proceedings get underway. But then what should I do? Well, naturally, I'm not going to suggest doing anything that could lead to a conviction. Right? So, as soon as the trial starts, the judge will pose a certain question to the defense. When that happens, you must answer before anyone else. You must say, I do. I do, but what will the question be? Surely not, do you accept the accusations brought before you? Of course not.
Defendant?
You were the bailiff.
Defendant? Yes. Yes, like this. I sound like this. Court is about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once.
Ah, it would seem our surreptitious discussions are to be cut short.
I don't know.
Difficult word.
I just don't know that word. Surreptitious.
So allow me to summarize. Kazuma Sogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. Of course, as a defendant, the final decision is yours.
What are you waiting for? Do you want to be found guilty for failing to appear? Get moving. There's no point in anyone advocating for the likes of you anyway.
This is it. If this trial goes badly, Kazuma's dream of studying abroad are over. And what's more, I'll be found guilty of murder. And so, with absolutely no idea of what lay ahead, I embarked on that unforgettable trial. My one and only chance of proving my innocence. The trial that will decide my destiny. 22nd of November, 9 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature, courtroom number 2. So this is a courtroom.
The Supreme Court of Judicature. No court in the land has more power.
I don't much like to look at the look of those people sitting in the public gallery. Lots of military and other uniforms in here.
The powers that we have demanded that this be a secret trial. Huh.
Secret trial?
A trial that's closed to ordinary members of the public. Only military and government officials may attend.
What? But why?
It'll become clear in time, but for now, you need to concentrate, Ryunosuke. It's about to begin.
You take the judge.
Okay. The court will now hear the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
The prosecution is ready, Your Excellency.
As is the defense. Before we begin, there is one point of order I would like to confirm. Yesterday evening, the defense made a last-minute request for a change of advocate. That's correct, Your Excellency. I made the request myself.
Kazuma's bandage
It flows
is
in the
moving
air.
without wind.
Yeah, like he's so badass that the wind just appears.
He's way too badass for this.
Normal procedures for the defendant's advocacy to be decided 2 days prior to trial. As this is an unusual circumstance, I am obliged to ask for final confirmation now. Who advocates for the defendant in this trial?
This is it. This must be the question. Who's going to defend me? It's the question the professor meant. But then, if I say I do,
Oh, he's going to defend himself.
I need to answer quickly. What should I do? Answer I do.
Oh yeah, I guess
That's the
that's
right choice.
probably Your Excellency, no confirmation is needed. As I am standing here before the defendant, I hope it's clear. Oh yeah, he's going to defend himself.
Yes!
What's the meaning of this unruly outburst?
I would like to inform the court that I, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, will be defending myself.
You'll be what? Also, wait. If that's the case, why did you take the prosecutor? What are you playing at, Ryunosuke?
Because it's pain.
Yeah. What are you playing at, Ryunosuke?
Professor Mikotobe told me everything just now before the trial.
He did what?
He said that your dreams of studying abroad would be dashed if you were to lose.
How sad. It means you don't have faith in me. You think I won't be able to get you off.
No, it's not that, really. It's just that, well, on the off chance that things don't go well for me, I couldn't bear to be the reason that you...
Yes, I knew that's how you'd feel, which is exactly why I decided to not tell you. Professor Mikutaba shouldn't have stuck his nose in. Very well. The court hereby recognizes the defendant's desire to advocate for himself in today's trial.
Well. Does the accused admit defeat already? Renouncing his own counsel? Really?
Make no mistake, counsel. This merely shows that the defendant's innocence is so apparent, he's confident he can speak for himself. Isn't that so, Naruhodo-san?
Oh, yes, exactly. Exactly what I wasn't thinking. I'm not confident at all. In fact, my mind's a complete blank.
I realize you're in charge now, but still, try not to look so bewildered.
Well, for a me university student to be brought before the Supreme Court, you must have perpetrated a most heinous crime indeed.
As you are no doubt aware, this is the Supreme Court of Judicature of Japan. Accordingly, the very high standards of conduct are expected of all present. Do I make myself clear, Defendant Naruhodo?
Yes, Your Excellency.
It is therefore my duty to assess your competence for the task you have undertaken.
My competence? What does it mean?
He's questioning your ability to do the job.
Well, he can be questioned more than I am.
So, let's start with the very simplest of questions.
Yes!
Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case. Okay, yeah.
Well, that's easy enough. I've heard his name more times than I care to remember. But, wait. I'm so nervous, I can't remember that. What was it again?
Ryunosuke. Let me guess. Your mind's gone blank.
You know me so well.
All the relevant information for this case can be found in the court record. Huh.
But I can't even find that.
It's simple. You can access the court record with a press of the RB stick. Yes, on your game controller.
Yes. Yes.
If you ever find you've forgotten something, just consult that. It's all in there.
Just have to press RB for the court record? Alright, there's no time to lose. I can do it, yes.
This is the list of evidence you collected. Now try switching to people instead with RB. Okay. You'll find details about the victim in here. When you're done, just press B to go back. Yeah, that's the guy, probably.
Okay, so John H. Wilson is the victim of this case. B.
So remember, everything to do with the current case can be found in the court record. Now, you'd better not keep His Excellency waiting any longer. Go on. Find the victim in the people section of the court record, then press Y to present. Try it now. Yeah. John H. Wilson. Yes!
The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson. Well, at least you can remember the name of an esteemed murder of your own university.
Dr. Wilson was visiting Professor England. No, from England. Invited to Yume University 3 years ago. Indeed, which is the reason why this case has such profound implications. The British Empire is at present our country's most valuable foreign ally, I see. And as most you will be aware, we have just signed a new treaty together after lengthy negotiations. There can't be anyone who hasn't heard of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of the Friendship and Navigation. Yeah, this is after World War II, right? Like, the timeline?
Yes.
Yeah.
Timeline? No, it was before.
Oh, before
the First World War. And yet, despite these delicate circumstances, a lot of Englishmen has been split on our soil.
I see.
You two are both undergraduates at the Imperial Yume University, are you not? Murdering a professor from the very institution that provides you education. Have you no honor? But I didn't do it.
This case is coming under great scrutiny from our allies on the other side of the world. The court therefore wishes for a speedy resolution.
You know, this case is actually very important for the entire story.
Oh, I
for
see.
the
Interesting.
Chronicles. For the first and the second game, this case is really important.
In other words, our feeble government is scared of upsetting England's policy. Yeah, I can see why. And your convenient and expendable scapegoat to blame for this crime.
So that's why this trial has these unusual peculiarities, is it?
Exactly. Our government needs to convict someone as quickly as possible. All because the victim was in English.
Yes, Dr. Wilson was an Englishman. But nationalities and treaties won't make any difference for me here. The fact is, I was there at the scene of the crime.
Oh dear, look at the time. I'd better be going.
Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a little longer.
Good idea, after all. It's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant. See you in English class tomorrow then, partner. Aibo. In
And
Japanese.
he walked away. The British Empire. Wow, it's incredible to think. Wait. I've seen that man at university. I'm sure he's a visiting professor from Great Britain. I don't know his name, but still, I should go and say hello. And that was a mistake. So I went over to the professor's table and introduced myself to Dr. Wilson.
Now then, let me pose my next question to you, defendant Naruhodo.
Yes, Your Excellency!
How does Professor of Medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson, lose his life? State before the court the cause of death.
Cause of death. Well, obviously, it was,
Runosuke, remember that in court, every assertion must be backed up by evidence.
evidence? But how?
Find a piece of evidence that shows the professor's cause of death and select present. Do it now. Postmortem, yeah.
Yeah, it's not autopsy, but postmortem. Death occurred a little after the event was caused from gunshot to chest. Okay. From gunshot, okay.
Yes!
Well, according to this document, the victim suffered a hemorrhagic death due to gunshot trauma. Learn to read, you imbecile! That's the post-mortem report, I take it. Sorry, yes, that's right. The post-mortem report.
In the West, a doctor dissects the corpses to identify the cause of death in an autopsy. But here in Japan, a police officer merely inspects the body and draws. Oh, I see. I was wondering why didn't they show the bullet or get the bullet out? A police officer merely inspects the body.
They have.
I mean, they probably
So the thing is, Japan was
very
close to the from the other world for
quite a while.
a lot of time.
Yeah.
And only now it is yes.
Yeah, that's right. A police officer merely inspects the body and draws conclusions then.
Oh, I see. As long as I'm not going to be tested on any of this later. This is a so-called photographic print of the scene of the crime. You can clearly discern scorch marks around the bullet hole produced by the powder explosion. In other words, we should assume that the victim was shot at close range.
Thank you, counsel. The court will accept this modern scientific evidence into the record.
Photographic print of the victim has been added to the report. So that's a photographic print. Well, that's something I've never seen before. It's clearly superior to a drawing. The detail is incredible.
Very well, I'm satisfied with your answers. Let us start the trial.
Certainly, Your Excellency. So, without further ado, in order to better apprise the court with the facts of the case, the prosecution hereby calls its first witness, who was there at the scene of the crime when it happened. This is it then.
I think I have worked out what the professor had in mind.
Professor? You mean Dr. Mikotoba?
Yes. Clearly, you're the defense lawyer today, not me, but that doesn't mean... Well, I can still act as your assistant.
Of course. When he was speaking with me before, he simply said, Kazuma Sogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial.
Yeah, he really has been sticking his oar in, hasn't he?
Maybe, but any help you can give me would be greatly appreciated, Kazuma.
Well, my first piece of evidence is write in a crazy look of bewilderment and
Advice.
control the cold sweat.
Advice.
Yes.
Only if you Rain that crazy headbound to control the cold stairs first. Yeah, don't stare at me like that, Kazuma.
I see.
Witness, state your name and occupation for the court, please. So would you take Hasanaga?
Yeah, I'll take Hosonaga. Of course. My name is Satoru Hosonaga. I am the head waiter at a Western-style restaurant called Le Carnaval. Le Carnaval. Holy shit.
Holy shit, it's blood, yes. Are you alright? Just need to be coughing up some,
It's a regular occurrence. It really doesn't bother me. Yeah, I mean, back then, medicine wasn't probably good either, too.
Yes. Actually, he may suffer from cancer. It's just a theory.
I mean, yeah, maybe.
But if he vomits blood, it's actually maybe true. Well, it really should. As everyone knows, the capital southeastern quarter was developed for foreign visitors some years ago. It's become a very fashionable district now, full of hotels to accommodate overseas guests. This green crime occurred in one of the district's so-called restaurants, an Occidental eatery, 3 days ago.
Understood. Hosonaga-san, you'll kindly tell the court everything you can about the incident. At once, sir.
And no petty interjections from the aspiring lawyer boy, please. Oh, perspiring maybe, but aspiring?
It was just after 2 p.m. on the day in question. We have few diners at that time of day. The lunchtime rush was over and there were only 3 tables still occupied.
It fits in with my memory of it too. There was hardly anyone else in the place. It was when I was in the kitchen and putting away crockery and cutlery. So let's settle something. You will not voice ahem, okay?
Okay. Okay. A gunshot rang out, so I hurried out to the dining area to see what had happened. I found the victim, an Englishman gentleman, slumped in his chair, and standing immediately beside him, gun in hand, was the accused university student.
Hold on, let me just clarify something
Wait.
here. While I did pick up a gun that I found lying on the floor beside the professor, I didn't shoot him. I believe I ask you to refrain from petty interjections. Court wishes to listen to the witness's report of what he saw, you amateur. But
The next time you interrupt at an inappropriate time, you will be penalized, Defendant Naruhodo. Don't worry, Urunosuke, you'll have your chance to fight back. For now, you must quietly listen to the witness.
if I may confirm my point, waiter. Standing beside the victim with a gun in his hand was the same man we see here in court today?
Yes, without question.
I see. And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim?
No. There was no one else around the table but the deceased Englishman and the university.
Huh? Wait, what did he just say? There was no one else around the table?
What's the matter, Urunosuke?
That's just not right. When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello, there was a woman sitting opposite him at this table.
Really?
And that's not something the waiter could have missed. I've been warned about the interjection, but still, what should I do? I'll interject.
Okay.
Just a moment, please. I don't care about being penalized. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day. I'm sure of it. There was a lady sitting with him at the same table. Dear me, what are we going to do with you? With your blatant disregard for court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you are not a fraud. Could it be that the accused, this mere student, is not a real lawyer after all? But I'm sure of what I saw.
Hosonobu-san, Is there any chance you're mistaken? Perhaps your memory of events is hazy? No. No.
I like how how his glasses are now covered and we can't see his eyes.
Yeah, it's one of those evil glasses in anime, right? Evil glasses.
Yes, I like it. I like it, this detail.
The deceased gentleman came to the dine alone.
I don't believe it.
I actually have a rough plan of the restaurant as it was that day. Please, have a look if you'd like to. Let me see. A sketch of the establishment's layout drawn by yourself. That's right. I'm afraid I used the back of my business card. It was a turbulent situation. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone. Well, you're clearly very conscientious waiter. Conscientious. Thank you. The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Well... Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Of course. Here you are. Okay, that's pretty sus. What was that about? It's been completely calm and collected until now. Maybe it's kind of like similar thing to the Maya incident where the paper had blood on it, like said Maya, has something important on it on the other side, maybe.
This paper may contain some kind of clue to the real killer.
Yes, maybe.
Something certainly seems to have shaken him. It is busy in the card bubble. Blah blah blah. So, the court has now heard a precise of the case. Precis.
Yes. At the moment, the gunshot was heard in the restaurant. The only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant on trial today. It will seem we are looking at a black and white case here. The defendant, Naruhodo.
Yes, Your Excellency.
If you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully upon you.
In other words, you may have some small reprieve in terms of your inevitable punishment. I call this waiter as an unsworn witness in order to explain details of the case to the court. But I must warn the defense if you are determined to pursue the matters further in this trial. But I must warn the defense, if you are determined to pursue matters further in this trial, the prosecution has decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who were present at the scene of a crime. What do you think I should do, Kazuma?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm going to be found guilty one way or another, it seems. Would it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a more lenient sentence? Are you stupid, Ryunosuke? Everyone keeps telling me that this trial is unusual and those peculiarities. You've said it, Professor Mikotoba said it, and so has the judge and the prosecution. I'm scared of what lies ahead if I push this.
As I said from the outset, I believe you're innocent. I trust you. And yet, despite knowing that, you're willing now to throw that trust back in my face. Is that it?
What?
If the accused is in fact innocent, then defense lawyer is duty-bound to prove that innocence by whatever means necessary. Are you just going to abandon that duty? Are you going to give up on yourself? The battle hasn't even begun yet, Ryunosuke. The defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency. Hiya, chap! We invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out its witnesses. Then we'll see just how decisive this evidence really is. Indeed. Prosecutor Ouchi, please continue with proceedings.
Well, you were warned. The young can be so reckless. You know, many call me a saint, but I can be a devil when I want to be. In a few short moments from now, the dumbstruck young mouth of yours will be silenced forever. Prosecution call its next witnesses.
Awesome. Very well, officer. Bring forth the witnesses at once. Huh. Wow. So it's like a combined testimony. Interesting.
Yes, there will be both people talking at once.
But
it's not like a mass panic debate in Danganronpa.
Yeah.
V3. It will be like one person said and then next says.
I see.
Witnesses, kindly state your names and occupations for the court. Yes, sir! The great Nippon Army surgeon, yes and no, sir. Reporting for duty, sir. You take old man.
Myself, I find employ as purveyor of fine articles of antiquity from efflorescences of our nation Nippon, and conduct my trade for Rasute, a humble premises in the 2nd district. Curio Kolkata at your service. An antique dealer and a soldier. What an unusual pairing.
Both of these gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the day in question.
They must be the diners at the other table that the waiter mentioned. Myself, I habitually take a tea of the most exquisite aroma at the establishment in question, always post-noon, and not infrequently converse with interested parties regarding the curious with which I have my business. I make my business, yeah.
I can't understand the word that old
Yeah,
man
it's
is
a bit
saying.
hard.
Me too, I do not care. Me too. He's a bit hard to read.
He's an antique dealer, and it sounds like he's a regular at Le Carnival. He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques and tries to sell his wares to them. He obviously targets Le Carnival because it's a high-class restaurant which reaches clientele.
Right, I see. Although, to be honest, the sergeant looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer.
How do you know?
Now, you both witnessed the precise moment of this most atrocious incident. Is that correct? Affirmative! The enemy unit was seen attacking the foreigner in what can only be described as an act of war, sir. It was the black uniformed rogue infantryman over there who unloaded his firearms, sir. This man is impossible to understand as the other. I agree. I fully agree.
I mean, I kind of like... I still understand it. But the other guys use a lot of fancy words.
Yes. But I almost sure heard a strange noise during the last thing he said.
So, this is the decisive evidence that the prosecution was threatening. The soldier is claiming that he actually saw the precise moment you shot the victim dead.
Yes.
Well, are you still starting to feel uncomfortable?
If I am honest, I was feeling uncomfortable from the start.
No, the court will hear your formal testimony, please. You will state everything you saw at the precise moment that the incident occurred.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. Standing ready to report, sir.
Unsavory memories of a most acerbic afternoon.
Witness testimony.
Awesome.
What the witnesses saw. I was ingesting a regulation beefsteak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man.
Myself, I was extolling the virtues of particularly fine golden curio to the military gentleman. Extolling
At that
means showing,
precise
I
moment,
guess.
a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, that cowardly little weasel.
I was on my hands and knees, investigating the whereabouts of my mysteriously absconded precious curio. Well, so your surgeon notes I actually witnessed the wild moment. You saw the split second when the defendant fired the weapon at the victim.
Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. The tweaked university cadet, sir. That cruel and unforgivable enemy.
What times we live in, when Englishmen gentlemen be assailed in the broad light of day.
But this is ridiculous. I didn't shoot anyone.
Is that really true, Ryunosuke?
Yes, and all I did was pick up the gun that I saw lying on the floor.
Yeah, for a law student, like, picking up a gun like that, kind of a bad idea.
Maybe he was shocked and
Yeah.
he did it without realizing that.
Yeah, I'm
After
just saying
I'd
that
said
he's an
hello
artist.
to Dr. Wilson, I went...
Yeah.
Yes. I had said hello to Dr. Wilson. I went back to my table and started drinking some coffee. Then when I'd finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant, when I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting. I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it. So I bent down, and just as I was picking it up,
Ah.
bang!
Well, if that's the truth, there's obviously a criminal on the scene somewhere. And somewhere in these two witness testimonies, there's a clue as to who that criminal was.
There is?
Ryunosuke, you must exercise your right to cross-examine the witnesses.
Cross-examine?
Do it now! Do it!
Do it! As we have heard, Your Excellency, there is no room for doubt in the testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty. It is time to bring the despicable student to justice.
Certainly, the testimony the court has just heard eliminates any vestige of doubt. Therefore, it is my grave duty to declare the victim of... What in the name of the Emperor is the meaning of this outburst?
I mean, the defense demands its right to a cross-examination. Dear me. Let me guess. The Hachimaki head-bound boy next door told me to do it. How pathetic. Huh? How did he know? Prosecution objects. This is a clear waste of time. Defendant obviously has no experience. How can he possibly carry out a cross-examination?
The defense is asserting its right to a cross-examination. Whether or not you think he is capable of it is irrelevant.
Go get him, Kazuma. Kazuma is commanding.
Very well. Let the defense conduct a cross-examination of the witnesses. Alright, this is where the battle really begins, Ryunosuke.
But I don't even know what I have to do in a cross-examination.
Isn't it obvious? You have to expose the lies in the witnesses' statements.
How?
You didn't fire the gun, which means what the soldier said has to be a lie.
Well, yes, but...
It's just a case of proving it, and the key to doing that is evidence.
Right, evidence.
All you need to do is present some decisive and indisputable evidence that proves the witness is lying. Now let's go, Ryunosuke. Don't let them beat you.
Alright then. It's all or nothing. Cross-examination.
Awesome.
What the witnesses saw.
Yeah, it's definitely the guy.
I was
said,
interested in a...
Yeah, we already voice acted this, right? So let's just talk.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that the guy said the gunshot came from the behind, but that is not the case in the court record. Can I look at the court record? Look at the court record. Yeah. Unfortunately, you have controls, so. Yeah, he was shot from the front in the chest and subsequently died. I think that photograph is the evidence we need to use. The photograph.
Okay, let's try then post-mortem report.
Okay.
Yes!
That's not it! The statement's clearly
Wait, you
odd.
don't know? Wait, I thought you played this game.
Yes, I did. I don't remember this. You
Awesome,
know?
okay.
It was
great.
2 years
It's
ago.
almost the same as being blind.
Yes.
What appears to be odd is the way you're presenting yourself.
Oh, pay no attention, Excellency.
As you wish. Now kindly lower your hand.
Never. Not until I've proven that I'm innocent here.
Okay,
Wait, it's
no.
not that
Yeah,
statement.
that's not the next one.
The black uniformed cadet fight on the English.
Yeah,
From
that's the one.
That's...
Yeah, we have to press on the picture. Yeah, the picture. The picture said it was on the front.
He's sweating. Silence. What? What do you play in that, cadet? What does that mean in this subordination? Thrusting some photographic print in my mustache. Inconsistency, sir. I mean, yes. There's a clear inconsistency here. What nonsense. What can this print possibly tell us that we don't already know? Well, Obviously, that I know what I want to say, but the words just won't come out of my mouth. I think this proves beyond any doubt, Your Excellency, that there is no place for an amateur student here in this grand courtroom. This is so frustrating. Kazuma, do something! Thank you.
Oh, please. Surely this doesn't require any explanation. It couldn't be more plain. To spell it out will be an insult to the court.
Do you hear this awesome theme?
Yeah.
It's great. I have goosebumps after it began.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Kazuma, what? What are you talking about?
It's apparent from a single glance at the photograph I print presented by the defense. And there's a clear discrepancy here with the sergeant's statement.
What?
Sergeant Ayase Nosa.
Yes, sir. What, sir?
The statement you just made was this. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel.
Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. I witnessed the crime with my own military-grade eyes, sir. Yes. But no. Yes, but no.
Yes, but
just
no.
can't be. But why not, cadet? Because.
Take a close look at the print. The victim, Dr. Wilson, died from a bullet wound to the chest. Sergeant, according to your witness statement, the culprit shot the victim from behind, and there is the obvious discrepancy here. Well, how do you explain it? Awesome.
I like how during the animation of Kazuma, Ryunosuke also moved.
Yeah.
What?
Why did he go for his
hell?
back? Huh. That's weird.
What was that? Something just popped up from behind his back, but he pushed it down again.
Oh, so it wasn't just me, something is going on. Certainly, there is a clear discrepancy with the facts here. Would you not agree, Sergeant Nosa?
Yes, sir. At this juncture, that would appear to be indisputable. What a difficult word. Until the moment I heard the fireman discharged, my eyes were firmly fixed on a delicious like carnival steak, sir.
He has his baby
What?
on his back, that's so cute. The last testimony the court heard has proven one thing beyond all reasonable doubt. This witness, Sergeant Yasunosa, did not see the defendant firing a gun at all.
That's absurd.
I think the conclusion we must draw is simple. There is no place for an amateur prosecutor here in this grand courtroom. Awesome.
Go get him, Kazuma.
Yeah!
Yeah! Go get him, Kazuma. There's been a complete turnabout in the mood of this trial, just from that one
Discrepancy.
discrepancy.
Yeah.
So this is what being an ace attorney is all about.
Hey, tail drop.
But I definitely saw him. In your city cadet there, he was pointing the firearm directly at the victim's back. Yes. But I never fired that gun. All I did was pick it up off the floor.
Yeah. And you, old man, you didn't see the moment the victim was shot either? Myself, I have already been quite clear. The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Huh. So the pain messed up.
Too busy on the floor? Sorry, what were you doing?
Hunting for treasure. Treasure? Indeed, the Hoera Kubang, my prized coin. On each occasion when I visit that restaurant, it is my habitude to place in my bosom pocket a particular trinket of interest from my shop, Resute.
In the hope of meeting a rich diner who might like to buy it from you?
On the day under scrutiny, it was to the military man that I proffered my Hoi treasure. Believe that he will purchase such a rare find, I'd I did not, but I was presented with little alternative. And then, after averting my eyes for the briefest of moments, was there no more? It simply vanished.
Coban vanished?
Huh. Hunting around under the table I was in case, mayhap it had fallen there and then it happened. You heard the gunshot, you mean? Indeed I did, but I heeded it not, for I was concerned only with finding my absconded Hoi treasure. Nothing could distract me! Out of interest, did you find the coin in the end? No. I see. That lamentable day, the precious Hoi Kopang was lost to me. No doubt, some unscrupulous scoundrel pocketed the prize coin for himself.
I'm not looking at you.
As I'm sure everyone present is aware, this case demands a swift and decisive resolution. Our government has promised to send a full report to Great Britain by telegraph this very afternoon. Nevertheless, the witness testimony the court has just heard was inconclusive. No matter how subservient our government feels, it must be to the British. It will be unfavorable to deliver a verdict on this trial right now. What's your position, Prosecutor Ochi?
Were it not, Your Excellency, the defendant may have fled the tiger at the front gate, but he will find the wolf at the back. My witnesses have further testimony to make.
Explain.
Upon hearing their next statements, it will become abundantly clear that there is only one person who could possibly have committed this despicable crime. The equally despicable defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. What?
He really seems to have a despicable opinion of you, doesn't he? Very well. The court invites the witness to testify again. You will thoroughly explain the reasoning behind the prosecution's allegation. Is that clear? As clear as Kiriko glass, Your Excellency.
Yes, sir. At once, sir. Awaiting signal to testify, sir. Excuse me, but there is something or someone looking out over your shoulder, I think.
Probably no.
Affirmative. The newest member of the Nosa family to rise up through the ranks, sir. Name Ido.
It will seem those straps are a sign of the sergeant being too strapped to afford a nanny.
Ido, Teen Shun. Your father is about to quill the enemy. Watch and learn, boy. Witness testimony. The true culprit. So, after they tell us their testimony, we'll take a little break because I need to get my sister from school.
Okay, I got it.
Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the fireman was discharged, it's almost the same thing.
Yes, pointing his gun at the forearmed man, he was that young lad in the black. That much I myself did see.
Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present.
Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman, dining all by himself.
Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman over and out.
These testimonies are so...
Wait, that's nonsense. The victim, Dr. Wilson, wasn't alone at all. Please, enough of this outburst already. But there was a woman. There was a young woman at his table. You must have seen her. Everyone there must have seen her.
Objection!
If you call yourself a lawyer, then you will respect the rules of the court and speak accordingly. We are not here to listen to your fantasies. It is evident beyond all reasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the time of the incident. The prosecution has photographic evidence of this fact.
Is this a photographic print of the scene of the crime, Consul?
Indeed, of the table at which the victim was dining, taken by an investigator immediately after the incident. As can plainly see, there is only one place set.
Certainly, based on the appearance of this print, it will be reasonable to conclude that the victim was in the company of, was not in the company of anyone else.
This doesn't make any sense.
The court will add this new photographic evidence to the record.
Photographic print is in it, okay. I don't understand. What's going on here? It's just not possible that nobody else saw that woman.
The waiter before said the same thing. He maintains that Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant alone as well.
But that's not true. I saw her. I swear that I saw a woman with him.
It will seem that we'll be able to telegraph the report to the Great Britain on time after all. The witness testimonies we have just heard leave no further room for doubt.
These are very sensitive political times, as we now all know. The ink is still fresh on the treaty with Great Britain. To think that I, Takitsuchi Auchi, will have contributed to the amity of these two great empires is an honor. It's Phoenix breakdown pose, pose, by the way.
Yeah, I can see it.
How can this be happening? The judge is ready to rule.
Stand taller, Yunosuke.
I think
it's
you
not
know.
over yet. Yeah, I think it's Kazuma.
It's Kazuma, yes. What?
If what you say is true, then there's something going on here behind the scenes. And now is your chance to expose it, to draw out the truth in your cross-examination.
I don't know, Kazuma.
The defense is entitled to cross-examine the witnesses, but make it quick, understood? Yeah, maybe they were all bright.
Rules. Rules can be so unbending at times.